2-8 Archmer at the half.
30 what?
2-8 Archmer.
Over
Who's
Concord?
Archmer playing? Concord girls. So what you're
Nice
saying
knowing
is,
you, Raiders. You're out.
We're live.
what you're saying?
We're
Concord.
live.
Concord's got a chance. Concord's got a chance to come back. They got to play. They got to play perfect.
Got like a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pinello joining us back from last week, or of course during the Goldie Beacon game, is my co-host Pat Garandes. Pat, it's good to have you back, bud.
Feels good to be back. Congratulations to Goldie Beacon on their continued success this season, moving on to the CACC semifinals.
Yeah, great thing there for Goldie Beacon. Also want to say special thanks to Nick Alessandrini again for filming. He did a pretty good job.
He does well. Told him everything he knows.
He's no Pat Garandes, of course, but of course we have a lot to get to on today's show. From girls and boys high school basketball for tournament time and wrestling in the state of Delaware. We'll talk about that all coming up. But also, if you're looking at college sports in Delaware and your top 5 plays of the week.
That's it. And as always, Benny, I want to thank everybody for coming out here. Not to mention any scores, highlights, stats, anything you want to see on the show, make sure you hit us up on our website, 302sports.com. Follow us on social media at 302 Sports, as on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Of course, Twitter, we have our weekly Twitter poll. Go out there and vote on that. Follow us on Snapchat, sports_302. And of course, come down here to the Hooters in 136 Astro Shopping Center and take it in.
As Pat said, the 136 Astro Shopping Center, swing on by. They have great wings here at Hooters. Of course, support them, enjoy them. We want to thank, as always, Gary and Nick from Hooters for allowing us to have this show every week here. All right, time to get to wrestling. The 2018 DIAA Individual Wrestling State Tournament schedule has been posted, and the championships will take place at Cape Henley High School. The champions are as follows. Of course, at 106, we have Mason Akram from Sussex Central. 113, we have Zach Spence from Salesianum. Of course, at 120, we have Robbie Rosser from Milford.
That's it. At 126, it's Cameron Hayes from CR. 132, Rashad Stratton from Sussex Central. 138, Nicholas Novomik from St. George's.
145, we have Greg Baum from Smyrna. At 152, we have Andrew Brooks from Sanford. And of course, Avery Maya at the 160 level for Polytech.
Now we start getting into some of the big boys. 170, Brian Schneider from Middletown. 182, Josh Daly from Smyrna. 195, a guy that we're familiar with, Tony Wiest, also from Smyrna.
And at 220, we have Hugo Hart from Dover. And the big Hunter Ballback at 285 from DMA. Congratulations to all the individual state champions. 285, Pat.
It's a big fella.
That is not someone I'd want coming down at me.
That's it.
In terms of wrestling, no.
Not at all.
No, that is a large
football
progress
player as well.
We're going to step aside and come back. Boys basketball is around the corner on 302 Sports Weekly. Don't go anywhere. We have your look at the first round of the state tournament and some live scores coming up.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroup.re.com. The Hadley.
Welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pinella, Pat Garianis, and of course Mike Lang and Jason Winchell with us to talk about boys high school basketball. It's tournament time. We have some first round results for you. Number 17 Glasgow beating Newark Charter. Number 9 St. Elizabeth's beating number 24 Newark by a score of 61-56. Jordan Brown there 16 points. Had the Vikings fourth player score double figures in that one. And of course number 13 CR had 60 points. Apple Cornemick, the number 20 team, only had 46, Pat.
Yeah, they did. Apple struggled to score. Moving on, Lake Forest 74 over Christiana. That was who had 53-12 over the 21st seed. Denby scored 24 points in that Spartan win. Moving on, Dover with a big win, 49-39 over Friends as a 15-18 matchup. Then one of the upsets we saw, your Spartans of St. Mark's, the 23rd seed, knocking off the 10th seeded Red Line, 34-26. Yes, you heard that score correct. Defensive struggle right there, 34-26. Nick Lesky, 18 points for the Spartans, who outscored the Lions 18-5 in the fourth quarter. So that was at least exciting there, that fourth quarter. Then Woodbridge, number 14, defeating number 19 Indian River in pretty good fashion there, 86-59. Hassan Corbin, 27 points. The Blue Raiders won the rubber match. And the last first round score we have, number 11 Mount Pleasant defeating number 22 St. Thomas More, 75-65.
And of course, right now we have second round games going on. Actually, right now, number 17 Glasgow is at Cape Henlopen for a 7 p.m. tip. Number 9 St. Elizabeth is taking on St. George's Tech. These aren't going on? Excuse me. They're tomorrow. Okay. Cesar Rodney, William Penn, Lake Forest and Caravel, Dover and Sally, St. Mark's and Sanford, Woodbridge and Smyrna, and Mount Pleasant versus Sussex Tech. Quarterfinals are Saturday at University of Delaware. All games will be on the NFHS network powered by 302 Sports. We, of course, have St. George's Tech the Tech winner versus the Cape Henlopen winner, the Caravel winner, and the William Penn winner. Sanford and Sally, Sussex Tech and Smyrna. And, of course, semifinals are next Thursday at the Bob. And finals are the following Saturday at the Bob as well. Of course, now we're going to get into the questions for you, Mike. In that first round results we went through, what was the most surprising one outside of that upset?
Well, we were talking before the show, and most of us picked all 8 games, so I don't think there were really any surprises in the results. Newark coming within 5 points of St. Elizabeth, I thought that was interesting. And also Mount Pleasant out to a 33-8 lead over St. Thomas More. The Ravens got within 7 points late, and they fell by 10. To me, those are the two most surprising things about the night, but the results, I wasn't surprised at any of them.
And with those tremendous graphics you saw on the screen while we went through that recap, thanks to Incognito for those. Does a great job with those. They're top notch. Moving right along here. Jay, for you, what team impressed you the most last night and why so?
I'm going to St. Elizabeth. They were in a dogfight against Newark.
Yeah.
It really came on strong in the fourth quarter. And they were 11 of 17 from the foul line in that fourth quarter, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah, 11 points.
Newark was run and gun and pushed St. Elizabeth to their limits in that 24 versus 9 matchup.
Yeah.
And gave St. E's all they can handle. And that will help St. E's as they go to St. George's tomorrow night in the 9-8 matchup.
That's it. That's one thing you see, Bennett, in playoff games is it doesn't matter what the seeds are. Teams are going to give you their best shot.
Yeah, as we saw with that upset. Speaking of which, Mike, let's talk about that upset. How did St. Mark's pull it off? How were they able to do it?
Well, it's an upset on paper, but St. Mark's, they're always in games because of the way they play the game. They were leading 6-1 after the first quarter.
That's incredible.
And the Red Line made some shots. And St. Mark's opened it up in the fourth quarter. Lesky and Gallardi, they got some good outside shooters. People don't see them shoot, that's all. But St. Mark's is always in games. They play Sanford tomorrow night. And, even though it's a 23 seed against a 7, St. Mark's is not going to get blown out. They could upset Sanford. So they always hang tight with people, and they lull you to sleep. And then they open up the floodgates usually late in the game, and that's how they beat people. They've been doing it for years, and it works. And we all make fun of them, and they just keep winning.
That's it. And, Jay, this sets up these wins in the first round, set up some very intriguing second-round matchups with a chance to go to the Bob Carpenter Center on the line. Which game, this is for both you and Mike here, which game, if you had to pick one, intrigues you the most and why?
Well, there's 8 good games tomorrow.
Yeah.
The one I'm looking at is Dover and Sal's. Dover is a very athletic but young team.
Right.
against an experienced Louisiana team that plays defense and likes to play at third pace,
Yes.
a little slower pace than Dover. So again, it's also a more athletic team probably in Dover, but it's Louisiana with more experience and a better defense. But I want to see which of those contrasts wins out tomorrow night.
That's it.
So, Mike, tomorrow night, let's look down the road a little bit. Any more upsets there? Because there are some potential matchups that, as Jason was saying, that could be pretty interesting. Are there any
For
potential
tomorrow
upsets?
night?
Yeah, for
Yes.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, I like that Mount Pleasant Sussex Tech game. It's down at Georgetown, so won't be there. But Mount Pleasant has. Let's start Tech. Tech's a very guard-oriented team with Kane and Burton and Reynolds. And Mount has some height with Doug Snay and Tim Pittman, and they also have guards who can shoot, guys like Ishad Butcher, Famir Ali, and Patton. So I think Mount Pleasant is very experienced, and I think they have a great shot to upset Sussex Tech. So that's one game that I would look at. The 11 and the 6, I think Mount can get by and get back to the Bob again.
You know, as a player and a coach, being on both sides of that, Jay, you never want to look too far ahead. You don't want to look past the opponent that's in front of you, but luckily where we're at in the media, we can do so. Saturday, we're going to have some great games down at Bob Carpenter Center. Which potential quarterfinal matchup would you want to see down there?
There's, like you said, a lot of good ones. The one that intrigues me the most is Caravel-William Penn.
Yeah.
William Penn is a defensive-minded team, not going to blow you away scoring a lot of points, but they can score with Harding and Wall, and they have the talent to score. Caravel's got Parker. They like to score, Earl. So I think that could be a really interesting game at the Bob if those two meet.
How about you, Mike?
For the the quarterfinals, I like there's two. I mean, Louisiana, no matter who if they get by Dover, you either have Sally's and Sanford in a rematch or Sally's St. Mark's.
Wow.
But the one I'm looking at is Cape Hemlock and St. George's. We all know what's going on. Well, we don't really know what's going on with Cape. I emailed the DIAA today about the Randy Rickard situation. Did not hear back from them. We all assume he's suspended for tomorrow night's game. We're not sure what his status is beyond that. But they have scores in Dadsey and Robertson and Rickards.
Yeah.
And St. George's comes at you with Bugs Highland and Michael McCann, so they have some scoring options too. So assuming it was St. George's and Cape Hemlock, I think that should be a really interesting game.
Last question, and we're talking about all these matchups and what they kind of could produce in terms of further matchups down the road. But let's talk about the draw, because some teams have been put up against teams from the bottom half, other teams the top half. Which is more difficult? I mean, some people would say the top half, but it looks like the bottom half can sometimes be that more difficult matchup, Mike.
Yeah, well, I agree. I think it's the top half that's the tougher of the two. You have Cape and St. George's, St. Elizabeth's, William Penn, Caravel, and Smyrna are all. I'm sorry, not Smyrna. Are in that half of the draw. I think Smyrna's got a clearer path to me in the bottom half. Although Sanford is no slouch, but I think to me Smyrna really stands out in that bottom half, and I just see a lot more pitfalls up in the top part of the draw.
And I disagree with him. I'm going bottom half.
That's what I like.
You got Smyrna, Louisiana, Sanford, Sussex Tech, Mount Pleasant. You got a lot of good teams in that bottom half. That to me, I think is a little tougher than the top half.
Yeah, I think you got to look at the depth, right? That's the biggest thing. Both top and bottom have the top seats. Like they got the big hitters, but it's that depth that's the difference. And you guys both brought up teams that are maybe not highly seeded that could potentially pull off upsets. It happens every year. It's going to more than likely happen again with someone making it that you wouldn't think would. I'm looking forward to see how things shake out.
Pat, it looks like no one can agree today.
I love days like this. Though. This is what days are for. This is why we're human. This is what's beautiful.
We should let people know the boys' quarters are a split session, so you have to buy tickets to two separate sessions, noon and approximately 1:45 or 2, and then the second session begins at 6 o'clock. They do that because they've had in the past they have one session. People will watch the first game, maybe the first two games, and then leave. And they have no way to resell those tickets, and they're turning people away out the door. So this clears up a lot of extra seats that they can get more people in to watch the 4 games. So it's 2 sessions for the boys.
And I'm just, right before we go to commercial break, if you haven't gone down to the quarterfinals at the Bob Carpenter Center, either boys or girls, you need to make your way down there. It is an event in itself. It's basketball all day. It's a great atmosphere. It's a fun atmosphere. It's really, really nice. So definitely make your way down there. Or check us out on the NFHS network if you're maybe on traveling vacation or whatever you guys are doing. So
Really nice or absolutely nice?
really nice.
We'll take a break when we come back. Girls up next. Girls high school basketball. Their state tournament. We'll look at it. It's on 302 Sports Weekly.
Royals. We're going to throw some.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley. Cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 homebuyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time homebuyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Special thanks again to Incognito for their graphics. Fantastic graphics on the show right now. But it's time to look at girls basketball. And of course, the tournament is actually going on right now, the first round of it. Woodbridge at number 16, St. George's Tech. We also have Laurel and Sussex Tech. The Ravens defeated the Bulldogs 16-40 on February 19th. They led 55-19 at the half. They got 15 points from their center, Gianna Stevens, 10 points from Misa Taylor, and 9 points from Aaliyah Browning. The Bulldogs have Logan Handy, who scored 17 points in that loss and averages 19.8 points per game. Of course, we have St. Mark's at number 13, Tatnall, going on right now, Pat.
What do we got? Your score updates for those three there, Mike?
All right, so here we go. This is all 8 games. We have some update. At the half, Sussex Central 28-11 over over Newark Charter. St. Mark's late third quarter 14-8 over Tatnall. So that whatever's infecting the boys is spread to the girls. Wilmington Christian 30. Wilmington Christian 30. Appoquinimink 27. Late third quarter. Sussex Tech 36. Laurel 17. That was, I believe, around halftime. Archmere 32-8 at halftime over Tatnall. I'm sorry, Concord. Sorry, Tatnall. Padua Academy, let's just say they are beating Dickinson. Dickinson playing without their superstar, Lynjay Brown.
Yeah.
That game's in running clock territory. Caesar Rodney 38-22 at the half over Delmarva Christian. And St. George's after one, it's probably later than that, but the latest score we have, St. George's 19, Woodbridge 8 after 1 quarter of play, and that's all 8 games. That's it.
There you go. And just a couple notes there on a couple of those games. This Caesar Rodney Delmarva Christian game, the Riders are one of the hottest teams in the state, and they're looking to continue that right now. They've won 8 of their last 9 games, but their only loss coming to Conrad. And of course, like we talked about, Lynn J. Brown not playing for Dickinson, and Padua having their way with them right now. So interesting stuff going on.
And it's a shame because this is Dickinson's first time in the playoffs in 25 years, or the tournament for 25 years. Not have your best player there has to be a little bit frustrating. For Appo and Wilmington Christian, the Warriors returned to the state tournament for the first time since 2006. I wasn't even in high school at that point. And then, of course, we have Concord and Archmere, the Auks, playing some of the toughest defense in the state, and a balancing scoring attack with Emma McCann and Madison Stewart leading the way. All right, second round is Friday games. They're all starting at 6:30 p.m. We have Woodbridge or St. George's Tech winner versus Caravel. We have the Laurel Sussex Tech winner at number 8. Howard, St. Mark's or Tatnall winner. The St. Mark's or Tatnall winner will play Hodgson. Sussex Central and Newark Charter winner will face St. Thomas More.
There you go, and then let's just jump right in. Actually, hold on. What do we got here? St. Thomas More you left off with. So, CR Delmarva Christian winner will be taking on number 2 Sanford. The Dickinson Padua winner will be taking on number 7 Ursuline. So that's going to set up an intriguing matchup right there. The Appo Wilmington Christian winner will be taking on number 3 Conrad. Concord Archmere winner will be taking on St. Elizabeth. Of course, the quarterfinals will be played on Sunday. Times will be announced, and the games will be streamed on the NFHS network, powered by yours truly here at 302 Sports.
Yep, and now it's time to get into the questions right now. All right, so we have some of those games, Mike. We kind of know how they're laying out. Is there any game that intrigued you so far? Of course, we're still talking about games that are live.
Tonight's games?
Yes.
Well, I wrote down St. Mark's Tatnall. I thought they were pretty evenly matched, but and they are. It's 14-8, so not the most exciting game, but at least they're close. A lot of these games, and we see this a lot in the first round, a lot of these games aren't close. So that one at least is still close. I see St. Mark's Tatnall was the one I looked at. Tatnall has, we mentioned before, the 2 scores, no bench. St. Mark's more spread out in their scoring. Struggled late in the season, but looks like they've turned things, well, it's only 14 so it's hard to say that they've got it under control. But that one should be in the fourth quarter by now. So that was the one I was looking at earlier today.
Well, the Auks through 3 quarters, well on their way ahead of Concord right now. Getting it done. It's through 3 quarters. Just got the update. Both of you guys, I'm going to open this up to both of you. Based off the scores we've now received, is there any surprises at all, or is this going exactly how we should have expected it to?
I don't know if it's a surprise necessarily, but Wilmington Christian beating Appo, I thought they were 2 evenly matched teams. Wilmington Christian's having first time in the tournament since 2006. They're having a great year, and I believe they had 4 wins last year. So they'll be back in the state tournament this year after the season that they had last year. They're playing in that tough independent conference, and they won 14 games this year, so they should be proud of themselves. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that would be a surprise, but that's the one score that sticks out to me right now.
Yeah, the one that I would say would be Sussex Central. The halftime score 28-11 over Newark Charter. Emily Ansa from Newark Charter missed the final 4 or 5 games. I believe she was supposed to play tonight, but I'm not 100% sure. Sussex Central drove up to Newark tonight. I thought those teams were fairly evenly matched. I thought Sussex Central would win, but the 17-point margin at halftime surprised me.
It's difficult to talk about games that are live in action because you have to kind of wait for the results to come. But what possible second-round matchup, look at these scores, would intrigue you the most, Mike?
The second round, well, I look at St. Mark's and Hodgson, and it doesn't sound like it would. But they played in the regular season. St. Mark's only lost to Hodgson by 4 points. They do a good job of holding teams that like to score underneath their averages, just like their boys team. And they can really frustrate a team like Hodgson, which really likes to run and gun. They like to shoot with Caleb Braxton Young and Janiyah Perkins Jackson. So if St. Mark's looks like if they get by Tatnall, they can really frustrate the heck out of Hodgson on Friday night.
I'm going to go St. E's Archmere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Archmere
Yes,
always
that's-
gives St.
do.
Elizabeth trouble.
They do.
Always do.
Even back when I was in school, it was the same
Absolutely.
way.
Last year they played in the playoffs. Archmere lost by 4.
Mm-hmm.
This year they played in the regular season. Archmere lost by 4. The year before, Archmere beat St. Elizabeth. It just seems that when those two teams match up, because Archmere plays that solid defense,
Yeah.
and it's like a rivalry game, that those two always seem to be close. And I guarantee you that's one team St. Elizabeth's did not want to see come tomorrow, Friday.
Speaking of that, you talked about an intriguing second round matchup. Let's go right in. Let's look ahead. Like we said, we can put the old future cap on. Can't do that as coaches and players, but we could do that in a movie. Which top 8 seed may be in danger? Or better yet, let me word that differently. Which lower seeded team has the best opportunity to make it to the Bob on Sunday night?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I like Archmere. I think Archmere against St. Elizabeth, that could be the one team that could do some damage because of the way they played solid defense. And, they got balanced scoring with Madison Stewart and Emma McCann. They have the height with Amanda Denning. Catherine McGonigal. So they can play with St. E's. The question is, do they have enough firepower to get by them or not? But that would be the one team I think could get it, that could surprise us and be at the bottom.
Yeah, mine is St. Thomas More. They play the winner of Sussex Central Newark Charter. If it's Sussex Central, it looks like it will be. They played twice during the regular season. St. Thomas More won both, but by a combined 9 points. St. Thomas More is not very deep. They have very talented starters, but they're not deep. So fouls are always a concern for them. Also, St. Thomas More has not played since February 14th, and they've only played one game since February 6th. So they've just been playing against each other for almost a month, and sometimes that really gets the team. So I like the Ravens. They're very talented, but they haven't had game action except for a big loss to Caravel, really in 3 weeks.
All right, final question. We're thinking about the Bob. We have to think about the quarterfinal matchups, Mike and Jason. What potential matchup there is most intriguing to you?
Well, the obvious one. Should I do the obvious one? I'll do the obvious one. St. Elizabeth's and Conrad.
Rematch, huh?
Yeah.
They played a couple weeks ago on 302 Sports. 55-53 St. E's. Won by Fatty Mayo with her last shot about 5 seconds ago. St. E's knows Conrad. They know each other well, and they beat them. So they beat them once. Not easy, but you can beat them twice. That game stands out to me like that's it. That is a sore thumb. And I'd love to see that matchup again.
Jay, what do you got?
No
for
offense to Dan Pisani and Archmere.
I had that game, but here I'll go another one. Ursuline Sanford.
Oh, cool.
And here's why. Sanford is going to be without Kubiak. She got injured. She was their height. Ursuline struggles with teams that have height because Ursuline has no height.
Wow.
Ursuline's been there. They've won at the bottom. They've been in the pressure games. They know how to win those close games. I think if it's close, I think that's going to be a real close game. And if it's close, don't hear me, but I think Ursuline could possibly beat Sanford. But it'll be a really good contest.
We'll have to see. It's all coming up over the weekend. Of course, we have our final. We'll get your final scores a little later in the show. We get those updates. But for right now, we got to step aside, take a break. We come back. Believe it or not, it's time for the grand finale, Pat.
Wow. Really nice.
What's up next? And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pennell at Pat Garanni's, and it is time for the grand finale. Pat, what do you got?
We're starting off on a very, very high note, a good note. We'll start with the Goldie Beacom men's basketball program. Corey Tate, the man we talked about a lot on the Goldie Beacom broadcast this year, was spectacular once again, scoring at 28 points to go with 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 triples, 3 steals for the Lightning, who ended up shooting 44% from the floor for their 11th victory in the last 12 outings, Benny. Johnson ended with the season best 22 points. He scored 15 points in the second half, 5 of 8 shooting with 3 three-pointers, and 2 could not have played any better in helping lead the charge for Goldie Beacom to an 87-80 CACC tournament quarterfinal victory over Felician at the Joseph West Jones Center down in Pike Creek, Delaware. Goldie Beacom, champions of the CACC South Division for the 3rd time in school history, is off to the semis, Benny, on Saturday against Dominican. It's a 5 p.m. tip. Game will be played on the campus of Jefferson University, right, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And on to University of Delaware women's basketball. It was a back and forth affair for the Hens, but James Madison did end up pulling away for a 67-56 win. Junior Nicole Anabosi, 6th straight, 21st overall double-double with a near career high, 26 points, 12 rebounds to go along with 3 steals and a block shot. A few weeks left for the women before they head into CAA tournament time.
That's it. Now we're moving on to another team you're familiar with here, Ben, the men's basketball team. They trailed by 6 points with 2:15 remaining, but scored 9 of the game's final 10 points to pull out a dramatic 68-66 comeback victory over James Madison. Ryan Daly led the balanced Blue Hens effort with 14 points, while Darian Bryant added a season-high 13 off the bench. Eric Carter, Ryan Allen, and Anthony Champ Mosley, formerly of Sanford, all contributed 11 points, while Carter added a game-high 11 rebounds to post his 11th double-double of the season.
Moving on to University of Delaware baseball. I know, saying baseball makes me happy. Big baseball,
beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, summer's around the corner. University of Delaware men's, baseball team dropped the series finale to the Florida Atlantic University, 6-3. But freshman Billy Sullivan, the Phillies may have had somebody there when they drafted him, from St. Mark's, was impressive yet again for Delaware, pitching 4 2/3 innings, allowing 4 hits and a pair of unearned runs. Junior Kyle Baker from Charter went 2 for 3 with a pair of runs scored.
We'll talk about baseball. We got to talk about the other end of this spectrum here, the softball. We're going to start with WilMU. Rosalind Burton from Cesar Rodney was named the CACC Player of the Week. She played in 5 of the 6 games this past weekend for the softball team, leading with a 500 on-base percentage, 7 runs scored, and 2 doubles. And a second on the team with a .450 batting average with 9 hits, 5 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases, Ben. That's production. Only a week's worth of games.
Wow. Back to baseball for Wilmington University. The game needed 11 innings, but the Wilmington University men's baseball team came away out of the Northeast Challenge with a 2-2 record, defeating Southern Connecticut State 3-2 in extras. The Wildcats used 2 pitchers in the 11th, getting a quality start from Zach Rumford from Salesiana before turning it over to Nick Grant from Milford. Rumford struck out 7 in 6, allowing 1 earned run on 8 hits, while Grant earned the win in 5 innings of relief, allowing 1 unearned run on 3 hits.
Zach Rumford, one of St. Catherine's finest. Shout out to all the St. Catherine's Wildcats out there still around. Let's move on. Wilmington basketball now. I got to talk about the women's team a little bit here. Her first bucket in the 4th quarter gave junior guard Macy Robinson of St. Elizabeth, formerly, to become the 5th player in WilMU women's basketball, the NCAA era of WilMU women's basketball, to score 1,000 career points. Robinson put her 1,000th point in with a layup with 8:57 left in the 4th quarter, as she went on to score 12 points in the frame on 5 of 7 shooting. The Wildcats tied the Lightning in the frame 24 all, but the Lightning of Goldie Beacom took the victory. Robinson led all scorers with 27 points, shot 11 of 19 from the field, hit 3 triples, while Emma Matthews of Padua added 16 points, 8 rebounds, and blocked 2 shots to pair, and 24 of the 30 Wilmington points in the first half as well. Congratulations, Macy on scoring 1,000 points on yet another level. She did so in high school as well.
We are gentlemen here at 302. Ladies before men. That's what it's time to talk about for Wilmington basketball. The men's team, Nick Rogers from Hodgson Votech, earned his second all-conference honor of his career, this time being named the first team all-CACC head as he heads into the CACC tournament first round game as CACC leading scorer, pouring 20.8 points per game while shooting 52% from the field, 52.3%. I'll give him the .3. The senior is 13th in the league, grabbing 6.2 rebounds per game, 15th in the league with 83 assists, and 8th in the league with 47 steals. He's also first in the league in scoring with 21.2 points per game in CACC contests. Unfortunately, Wilmington suffered a first-round loss to Dominican, though.
Moving on to Wesley here. We're going to talk a little bit about Wesley men's basketball real fast. Last season, CAC Rookie of the Year, Brian Cameron, graduate of DMA, was named All-CAC First Team. Cameron led the conference in scoring, averaging just over 20 points per game and totaling 523 points on the year. He was also tied for the conference lead in three-point percentage at 45.8%, which was second best in a single season for Wesley school history. He also ranked third in the country with free throw percentage at 82.7%. He led the Wolverines with 83%, was second in rebounding at 146, and tied for third in steals with 30. Through his 2 seasons with the Wolverines, Cameron has totaled 866 points. That's 20th all-time already, Benny. And he's only been through 2 years. Also, he has registered 186 career free throws and 104 threes, good for 10th and 11th all-time respectively in those categories. And of course, you got to talk about J.W. Lawson, the Concord graduate. He got All-CAC second team for the second time in his career, coming off the bench this season as the 6th man. He tallied over 13 points a game, which is pretty good off the bench. That's 9th best in the conference. He also had the 5th highest field goal percentage in the league, knocking down 55% of his shots. So Lawson ranked 3rd on the Wolverines in rebounding and 4th in assists. Put together one of the best careers in Wesley uniform. He's 6th all-time in scoring list at 1,291. He's also tied for 7th in career steals at 169 and 15th all-time in rebounding at 430. So congratulations to those two.
Impressive stuff there, Pat. Moving on to University of Sciences. Now talking about our Delaware collegiate athletes. Alex Thomas from St. Elizabeth's was named All-CACC first team for the second straight year. Thomas, a junior, has had the distinction of becoming just the 5th player in program history to earn All-CACC recognition 3 times. And Thomas is 2nd in the CACC in 3 points percentage, 3rd in free throw percentage, 7th in points per game, 9th in 3-pointers per game, and 9th in free throws made. She's scored in double figures in 26 of 28 games and has made a 3-pointer in 25 of 28 games.
So we're going to head back to the Diamond here, talk a little bit of Liberty University baseball. They defeated Binghamton 3-2 this past week. Right fielder Brandon Rower from Middletown had 2 hits for the Flames, and he belted his first collegiate home run.
Congratulations.
One of those 2 hits, so congrats to him.
First collegiate dinger. Moving on to Monmouth baseball, freshman Ryan Steckline helped Monmouth's offense explode in a 17-5 win over UMBC. The Appoquinimink product went 2 for 5 with a single and double, knocking in his first 2 collegiate RBIs. Steckline also pitched the 9th inning. How about that? Bat and an arm, and now has 6 strikeouts in 3 collegiate innings.
Let's head back to the hardwood men, talking about Widener University men's hoops. Sardea Sambo from Middletown of the Widener team was named as the honorable mention to the MAC Commonwealth All-Conference team, announced on Thursday morning. He averaged 12.6 points per game, 6.7 rebounds, and 3.2 blocks. And the latter total ranking 2nd in NCAA Division III, believe it or not. He had 2 double-doubles this season and scored 10 or more 15 times. He also blocked 3 or more shots on 13 occasions, topping 5 rejections 5 separate times, and tied for a career-high 7 blocks in 1 game, both twice, against Immaculata and against number 9 Lycoming. He also led the league, connecting on 60.4% of his shots from the floor, ranking among the top 40 in the nation. It is Sambo's 3rd all-conference selection, following first-team accolades in 16-17 and second-team honors in 15-16.
Moving on to Wagner University, men's basketball has fallen in the NEC regular season finale, 73-62 at Mount St. Mary. But JoJo Cooper from Concord, the senior guard and three-time NEC Player of the Week, led the team in scoring on the afternoon, dropping 18 points while playing the full 40 minutes, did JoJo Cooper.
Moving right along here, let's talk a little bit about ECU. They were blitzed by Houston's perimeter attack in the first half, and the Cougars cruised to a 109-58 victory. In that game, though, Isaac Fleming, who had a little bit of a cup of tea with William Penn back in his high school career, scored double figures for the 9th consecutive game. 13 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal were his stat line.
Moving on to Rider University, Jordan Allen from Dover was picked on the All-MAC team, third team. Allen averaged 13.6 points per game while shooting 39.5% from beyond the three-point line, and a team-high 83.9% from the free throw line. The four-time MAC Rookie of the Week scored in double figures 21 times, including the first 10 games of his collegiate career and 5 contests with 20 points or more. He scored a season-high 28 as the Broncos pushed Providence in a 4-point setback on November 29th. All right, moving on to our Players of the Week. But before we get to that, we're going to step aside and take a quick break on 302 Sports Weekly. That's coming up along with our top 5 plays of the week after the break again.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
The Hadley Group is your local real estate resource. Brian Hadley joined Patterson Schwartz & Associates in 2005. In 2013, Nicole Flora joined Brian, followed by Emma Burnett and Grant Jepp in 2014. That's when the Hadley Group was formed. Patterson Schwartz Associates offer you exceptional knowledge of local market conditions and a commitment to represent you honestly and professionally. So for your next purchase or sale, think the Hadley Group. Visit our website at thehadleygroupre.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Solo Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the culinary coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Solo Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Solo Concepts on the culinary coast with 10 locations from Lois, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
And welcome back to 302 Sports Weekly. Benny Pella, Pat Gariani's here to talk about our Players of the Week, Pat. we have a couple of very good ones this week.
That's it. Our girls player of the week is none other than Ronasia Blatch-Huggins, the junior from Howard. She had herself a really impressive week. She scored 29 points to lead the Wildcats to their first Blue Hen Conference Championship as Howard beat Hodson 58-50. The sixth quarter was also 10-12 from the foul line, so whenever your big is good at the free throw line, that's impressive, man. That's part of the reason why she got player of the week.
And for the guys, it's Jameer Garnett, the junior from Smyrna. He scored 24 in a 61-34 win over top-ranked Cape Henlopen. He then scored 20 points the next night as Smyrna won the Henlopen Championship with a 65-49 win over Woodbridge. All right, now it's time to get to our top 5 plays of the week, starting them right now. All right, number 5, Pat.
Look at this, the blindside swat. We're putting a little basketball flavor or football flavor into the basketball game. Look at that. Get it out of here.
Number 4, we have Gerard Wall. It's impressive. Driving the lane, takes a step. Ooh. No, you don't. No, you don't, my friend.
Good sportsmanship there by the young man. Helps the young guy up. Number 3, Hassan Gorbin. Just pulling from deep here. Look at this young man. He says, yeah, let me just pull off from the logo. Swap. I can shoot like that. Hit me up, Hassan. We'll do a contest.
This one's very impressive. Buck Bowling.
That's your boy.
Watch this. Missed the free throw. Everyone
asleep.
No one reacted. Everyone was asleep. So Buck Bowling. Had
he
played for the all-name team. Number 1.
Jamon Kane. The steal and the acrobatic lay-in here. Another play by Woodbridge. They're an exciting team to watch. And here they go. Kane. Oh, and one.
Oh, wow.
That's what the kids like to say to that.
If you break that one down, Pat, he's literally getting caught. Look at that.
Right in front of the 302 sports sign, too. That's bonus points. Bonus points right there to him.
Randy, wow. That's what that all about. If you watch the play, he's literally getting hit as he's going.
He's parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
He's parallel to the ground.
He's parallel to the ground. Very impressive there.
Another thing that I can only do on a Little Tykes or Fisher-Price basketball hoop. It's another thing that's all I can do.
Those are our top 5 plays of the week. Again, if you have any plays, always get them in. Email us, hit us up on all forms of social media. Of course, we'll get some last score updates for the girls tournament. Pat, do you have any of those?
Hey, look, we got them on the phone and on a napkin here because this is how we do around 302. We find ways to get the job done. St. Mark's 25-19. Mike, is that a final? That's a final. St. Mark's defeating the Hornets, or is it Hornets? Technically the Hornets? I believe they are, right? 25-19. Also, Padua defeating Dickinson by a handily margin, so they will get their rematch with Ursuline. CR defeating Delmarva Christian by another handily margin. We're not going to bash anybody here, so they beat them handily. That's all we'll say. In the fourth quarter, we got Wilmington Christian up on top of Apo, 42-40. Now it's 48-42, 3:15 to go. Sussex Tech over top of Laurel by 20+. And Archmere up big as well. So, and Central's up by 23 over Newark Charter. So there's your updates right now for the girls.
Pat, usually when you read numbers off a napkin, it's for a different reason than a high school basketball.
Past that. Now we just hand them the phone. Here you go. Plug that in.
A reminder, the Muscle Movement Foundation 5K is April 7th at St. Mark's High School. Of course, you can still register. I believe today is the last day.
Last day at the lowered price.
Yep.
So get on there ASAP and join Team 302. Look, I get the notification, so I know if you're slacking off. So get on that.
And a big shout out to a professional boxer, Kai Davis, our special guest from a few weeks ago, will be fighting this Saturday live from the Barclays Center. His opponent, Patrick Day. So a big fight for Kyron Davis. Be sure to tune in for that.
That's it. Absolutely. Can't wait. Going to be an exciting weekend of basketball, and I couldn't be more excited about it.
Big week for Delaware, and you're going to be a part of it on 302 Sports. We are done with 302 Sports Weekly. We'll see you next Wednesday. Live from the Bob.
That's it. Go Phillies.
Check us out. We're out.